Joe Burrow ready to test out his sore right calf, and if it clears, he'll be starting Monday Night Football against the Los Angeles Rams. Mike Petraglia inside Paycor Stadium. Joe Burrow is all the talk, all the rage here pregame inside Paycor, and for good reason. The Bengals are trying to see if he is going to be in good enough shape to strap it up, put on the white Bengal Tiger helmet, and take on the L.A. Rams, Aaron Donald and company here in Monday Night Football. The Bengals obviously are very desperate for a win tonight, having lost their first two games inside the AFC North. But tonight is an opportunity for the Bengals to shine in the national spotlight, and boy, they could use it. If Joe Burrow feels the way he did at the start of the second half against the Baltimore Ravens, one would expect he will start and play tonight for the Bengals as the quarterback. However, if he gives the slightest indication of doubt, saying something along the lines of, it's okay, it's all right, it's not fully good, but he can play through it, then I think the Bengals will sit him down. To that extent, the Bengals have activated for this game, elevated to active roster status, Reed Sinnett off the practice squad. He will, of course, be the quarterback behind Jake Browning if Joe Burrow, for whatever reason in pregame warmups, can't go. So that's the situation with the quarterback for the Bengals. Joe Burrow will work out here pregame, and if he feels good and gives the coaches and the athletic staff the thumbs up, he will be the starting quarterback. And again, the Bengals need to wake up tonight against the LA Rams. They have not been their normal explosive selves to start this season. Jamar Chase still looking for his first touchdown reception of 2023. T. Higgins had two last week against the Baltimore Ravens, but one would argue that you've got to get T. Higgins and Jamar Chase both activated in this game against the LA Rams, who, by the way, have the fifth best passing defense yardage-wise in the NFL, but that's only after 2 weeks. You can run on the Rams, but it remains to be seen if the Bengals can pass against the LA secondary, especially with Aaron Donald providing the pass rush up front. So this is the rematch of Super Bowl 56. The Bengals offensive line is in, I think, a much better and stronger and more stable situation to protect a guy like Aaron Donald. Of course, you have Ted Karras, Cordell Volson, and Alex Kappa in the interior of the offensive line. One other standard elevation for tonight's game against the Rams, and that is at the tight end position. Tanner Hudson, who looked very good in the final preseason game against the Washington Commanders, he has been elevated. That almost certainly signals that Irv Smith Jr. will be inactive tonight. He was doubtful on Saturday after Saturday's practice with a sore hamstring. So expect that to be the case. Tanner Hudson could get significant targets tonight against the LA Rams if he is indeed active for this game, and one would expect that he would be, as he has been elevated for the roster for tonight's contest. What about the weather? Couldn't be better. We are expecting clear skies and a temperature around 65 degrees for the 8:15 Eastern Time kickoff. Temperature will fall a little bit into the low 60s by the second half and by the end of the game at around 11:30, but no precipitation in the forecast. Really ideal conditions in store for this late September game that is, again, a desperate one for the Cincinnati Bengals. And of course, there will be pomp and circumstance. Let's not forget, I already mentioned the white Bengal Tiger helmets will be out in full display for the nation to see tonight. Bengals will be in their all-white uniforms with the black stripes. The field behind me is all made up. The white Bengal Block B at midfield, as well as the white and black end zone stripes behind me in both the north and south end zone. That is the way it was last year when they played the game against the Miami Dolphins, and the Bengals managed to win that contest. But tonight is a desperate situation for the Cincinnati Bengals. One more thing, the Ring of Honor tonight. Two more names go up on the east facade of Paycor Stadium. Boomer Esiason, the 1988 NFL MVP, led the Bengals to within 34 seconds of a Super Bowl title in Super Bowl 23. He will go up on the Ring of Honor, as will Chad Ochocinco. Whenever he's in the building, it's certainly going to be a festive evening. Hopefully the Bengals for their sake, make it a winning one and get off the schneid. Bengals one of 4 winless teams coming into this game in the National Football League. And of course, with the Pittsburgh Steelers winning on Sunday night, Cleveland Browns winning on Sunday at home against Tennessee, and Baltimore losing in overtime to Indianapolis, Bengals can really put themselves right back in the hunt, one game behind those 3 other teams in the AFC North, if they can beat Matthew Stafford, Aaron Donald, and the LA Rams. We'll have you completely covered on clnsmedia.com. Be sure to follow me there on Twitter/X.com. Follow me at Trags, Trags. And of course, as always, click and subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@JungleRoarPod. Inside Paycor Stadium, Mike Petraglia, CLNS Media.